and children. So you expect me to go out there and put my life on the line and fight and die while you stay at home and get benefits from the white man that I'm fighting? Are you kidding?
Yeah. That's why when I went to her show, I said, "You talk all this shit about warfare. What
Mm-hmm.
rifle are you willing to pick up?
Yeah, that's one thing I
What
was.
sons are you willing to give birth for? Are you going to sacrifice your sons to the cause?"
Hey, like I said, that's why women wonder how come they don't get these leadership roles, and why men got it. I said when men got the right to vote because they picked up that gun and they went out and threw their bodies on the line. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
same thing with men getting the right to vote in the 1850s. Okay, is
Hmm.
because in 1812, the war 1812, they wouldn't go out there and throw their bodies on the line.
Yep.
You don't get it for nothing. Okay,
It's like
You could ask her.
go
every
ahead.
bit of
Well,
the civil rights came apart because you had to do things that
Yeah,
men had to traditionally do.
yeah, yeah,
well, ask
yeah,
any Vietnam vet about what it was like going into a village. Like
yeah,
you know that there are little kids and women
yeah,
that are they're willing to sacrifice to
yeah,
make sure that the guys that are leading their cause can have a chance to keep fighting.
yeah,
And
Hmm.
that's total sacrifice from everybody.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
I've
if you
had
want that,
yeah,
white guys that fought in the Vietnam War tell me flat straight up how they went into villages and massacred women and children, and when you look at them crazy, they're like, yeah, you've never seen a 10-year-old run into the camp and blow up the whole damn
yeah,
camp.
yeah, yeah. A 10-year-old running toward a group of soldiers automatically got shot.
We
So
never
yeah,
seen a 10-year-old set off IEDs and pick up fucking
yeah,
AKs
yeah,
and picking shots from you. I'm gonna tell you, a lot of you motherfuckers never felt how it feels mortars to come over your fucking head, and you're
yeah,
damn near pissing yourself waking up
yeah,
because you
yeah.
hear that whistle in the sky.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Ukraine, you're gonna find out about it real quick because you'll hear it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm
heard
Hmm.
some stuff about Vietnam. So they used to have babies with grenades in their diapers.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
brother tell me about that. Yeah, they be in the diapers.
yep,
It
yep,
took me a whole year to feel comfortable, fully comfortable driving again,
mm,
especially when there was debris on the ground.
yeah,
Fuck with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And don't talk about the backfire from a car.
Mm. They don't talk about, and that's the thing when you listen to some of these foolish broads,
Mm.
when you hear
Hmm.
this shit, like, and I tell these niggas, you're not revolutionary. You think it's, well, you fought for the white man. No, I fought for my country. Why? Because, why you fight for the country? Nigga, do you want to live anywhere else?
Oh, so I always ask brothers when they talk about that. So why are you here?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because
Give up.
if you really felt that way, and that's why in that panel, man, chick talked about us not going out there and taking on a white man. And I said, well, when I mentioned the continent, she said, what continent? I said, there's only one continent for black people. That's Africa. I'm not African. My continent is America. Blah blah. Basically,
Oh,
you
so
feeding off
you
the
a big
same white
sort
man.
of
Yeah,
the trade.
a fake revolutionary. That's what I call
That's
But
what's
BGS, did you hear her laugh after that when you called her out?
him.
She had that little chuckle because she was like, she knew she was talking a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
yeah.
why that's why if you ever notice Lewis, well, especially when I opened up my channel, how many
Mm,
trolls did I used to get? All the
Oh,
fucking time.
mm.
People just hate, even when I came over to BGS as part of the space. How many
Mm.
people hated my guts?
Oh, cause you're a cop. Yeah, the first time you came up because you were a cop. They thought I was gonna hate you. I said, no, I don't hate Charles because he's a cop. If Charles is real, okay,
Hmm.
that's why they asked you the question. And I said, Charles, I said, I'm not gonna pay your salary. You don't have to answer it. I said, Charles said, no, I'll answer it. I said, my nigga.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I got.
I said, my nigga. I mean, he answered it anyway. I said, okay,
By
that's
the
my
way,
nigga right there.
by the way, I
The
got.
people,
Hold on,
people,
Charles. I got 64 watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit my cash app. Support the show. Hit the super chat. Support the show. We
hey,
get.
BGS tax. I'm up here. BGS tax is in effect
hey,
if
it's
I'm up
hard
here.
to tax up here. Matter of fact, I even simulcasted, so you get more. You should get more viewers in a second.
Yeah.
new
And you're not shit.
and a
You're
new
not shit.
cause.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You're not shit. Hold on. You're not shit for that Avatar, Louis.
Oh,
The orange man.
Yeah.
I am the orange man. Basically, you know who's hated more than you know who's hated more than Trump right now?
Elon.
Elon.
Who's
Elon.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Elon. Why
Yeah.
they hating on Elon? What Elon do to him?
But it's because they think Elon's running the country. They think
Yeah.
Elon's doing this stuff on his own. And
No.
I was just arguing with, been back and forth with the dude. Said Elon is pimping Trump. I said, if you believe that, then you don't really know who Trump is, okay? And what
Yeah.
Trump's a
what he's on.
mastermind.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
listen.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
This is all I have to say about this video. This is textbook definition of just emotion and labor. Labor.
I know, 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 I
Yeah.
know, I know, I
Yep.
know.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, it gets getting around. Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no
It's get.
sunshine.
oh,
on Sunday.
ABGS.
Uh-huh.
Well, with Mr. DJ Music guy,
Uh-huh. What about it?
the one that was criticizing you.
Yeah.
I was looking through his library,
Mm-hmm.
and he had criticized my struggle stream that me and Bay did. Also,
Okay.
I was like, oh, I should pay him a thing.
I don't. Okay, dude. My thing is okay. I understand that you guys are cockroaches. You guys eat off everybody else. Okay. All the things there is to talk about it in this world, man, is going on right now. Okay, you are talking about what we're talking about instead
Yeah.
of picking what the 10 billion other subjects to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't get. Okay, you're coming after me and what I said, but the thing is, uh, one when I really go in, when I really do something important or really bring out something, they never talk about those. Okay.
Is it'll hurt their head to think that deep, old man? You know it. Come on now. Cut it out. Tell me, I wonder why they just don't get it. You know why? Because if it causes him to have to read something and
Uh,
internally just sit there and languish and just think about it, that's gonna hurt the head, man.
when was on the panel, one thing though that I chuckled at, right? And because this chick PhD diva or something, whatever her name was, right? Um, I was talking about Polly Murray, and I was saying that her and Eleanor Roosevelt is the reason that sex was actually put into the Civil Rights Bill, and why white women got most of the affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
And I said it wasn't supposed to get passed like that. I said, but some internal strong arming that got sex put into the bill. And first thing she said was, if there was black men in there, how come they didn't stop it?
Oh boy.
And I said, okay. And she kept saying, I said, you know how Congress works? Yeah, but you were there. Y'all could have stopped it. I said, I know, baby. I said, no, I know, baby. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, I would have
Hey,
said,
talking about five black congressmen supposed to stop a bill out of 400 people. Okay, 400 some odd people. Okay.
Only five
oh yeah,
black congressmen. Okay.
I would have
Wow.
asked her this question: if black men were there to stop it, would you bitches listen?
No, of course
Bishop
not.
Bullwinkle?
And
Not no, but hell
hold
to
on,
it.
since BGS said it,
I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
People, I always get that, and people think it's a joke. Okay. I said, no, that's actually very real. If you knew, if you know the story, it's very tragic. Even though we laugh at it, but it's a very tragic story.
hey, BGS, this video is Gen Z in a nutshell.
Which one is that? Bring Keisha
I
back.
already have one.
I can't afford your daughter.
Couldn't afford it anymore. Bye.
Wait, I already got one of those. Wait.
I already have one. I have to give her back. She's too expensive. Hey, don't take backsies.
No take backies. How childish.
You already have one now. Get used to having two again.
Yeah. Name in Africa, okay, if the woman doesn't act right as a wife, you can take her back to the family.
What are you guys doing here? I can't afford her. I'm bringing her back.
I mean,
No. I've already had my share of her. And
divorce
look, I got this one too. Hey, wait a minute. I'm coming with you.
He said, "I'm coming with you."
Yeah.
Oh, y'all missed that one. No, y'all missed that one.
Share of her. And look, I got this one too. Hey, wait a minute. I'm coming with you.
Oh yes.
No refund.
Hello, please take her back. She love money too much.
Oh, no. I have one of those. Come back here.
Already got one of those. Go back out.
Returning my husband back to his parents because he think I'm his maid, not his wife.
No! All sales are final!
No sales
No! Give it back. I already have one.
Okay, that's funny. In Africa, that's one thing they told me. If she cuts up, man, you take her back to the family so they can get her straight.
I mean, in the Arab world, you have a certain type of deletion in the name of honor.
Ooh, well, yeah, they don't want that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Actually, my granddad said there used to be something like that, like in the deep south. Like back in the day, my granddad is in his 80s. He said it used to be some kind of like that back in the day. Where it's like if your wife was kind of acting up, you could kind of like, yo, what's going on?
It was called a backhand.
Well, yeah, they weren't the back end, but they in fact, I talked to a couple of African guys where the wife was acting up, and I said, "Well, how'd you get her straight?" I said, "It didn't have to. He took her back to the mother. Mother got her straight."
Yeah.
Oh, they your husband, though. Oh, they your husband.
Oh, but your husband.
Y'all, this video is low, so y'all okay.
We wasn't even trying to get it. Yeah. She this caution sign and come to life and try and reject it. Right. We thought you worked here, Kill Bill. In here just like a yellow Power Ranger. In here looking like a motor banana, black skin, yellow ass outfit. Hey, look, it's your cousin. The 40% off sign.
Damn.
Your lame ass in here looking like a retarded golden retriever. Go fetch. You look like when you get up in the morning, you scream out, "I'm ready, I'm ready." Your theme song when you wake up is "I'm walking on sunshine." And I'm trying to feel good. Head ass. Wow. Who dressed you? Your blind auntie? Look, I'm just like her, Cinderella.
I would never wear that dress though.
Out here looking like a 2005 pencil.
Oh my God.
I paid $100 for it.
You thought you was just a ray of sunshine walking in here. What's your favorite food? Huh? Egg yolk, pineapple, lemons. No. Lemon cake. No cake though.
No
like
cake.
cheese with Jamaican earrings. You must be a plantain. You look like corn on the cob. You in here dressed like Flavor Flav's grill. In this store looking
God.
like Tooth Flat. You're in here dressed like a yellow crayon crown.
Damn.
That can be the new add-on to Sexy Red's lip gloss line.
Oh, God.
Now back yourself up.
That's
like
low
you
right
can.
there.
Get the fuck on.
Oh my
Walking
God.
on sunshine. Whoa. Good times.
But is it true?
Y'all could just have my number.
Yeah.
That gives me something. That gives me something. Okay, I got to get the cigar of the night, people. San Crystal Ball, double XL. Ooh, drink of the night.
My apologies, fellas, but I gotta show BGS this video because I want to get his take on it.
Rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 officers must be gender balanced. In order to be gender balanced,
This is the DNC.
we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any.
Troy Blackwell. I'm a proud Afro-Latino from the South Bronx, New York. Today I stand before you as one of the first non-binary candidates to run in the DNC's 177-year history.
If he's any closer, he'll fall that microphone.
I'm asking you to take a chance on someone like me.
The final tally of votes, Troy Blackwell, 0.
Yep. He didn't vote for himself.
I'm going to pick up our questioning tonight, and I will just have you know, We are going to ask the questions from the stage. There will be a moment where we will take questions from the audience.
Is she non-binary
Thank
too?
you so much. I appreciate
She looks
I don't
like a
want to
robot.
your
know.
enthusiasm.
Apparently, she's married. She
Is
married some
she?
dude.
Oh, did she?
She
Oh, so,
paid somebody to marry, I
We
guess.
are going to
mm-hmm.
ask the questions
She
from the
looks like a
stage.
mighty
We'll
robot.
ask that you please
If
take
the
a seat.
trombone from Charlie Brown
We'll
was a
ask that
person.
you please take
Oh,
a seat.
That was fucked up. That's fucked up.
You know what?
Blah
You know
blah
what?
blah blah blah.
It is
That
true.
wasn't a trumpet. That was
We're going
a
to ask that
trumpet with the
question. We
whatchamacall
understand.
they put
Yeah,
on it.
I know with the
There are many
muffler here,
issues that people are very.
Will
with the wah
begin
wah
with the
muffler here.
opening.
Yeah, with the
That's a
oh God.
trombone. Yeah.
Oh God.
Wah wah
BGS.
wah wah wah. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
BGS.
what?
Hold on, wait a minute. BGS, just brace yourself.
Statements. Each candidate will have 30 seconds.
It is my desire to be the next DNC chair, and I just
Not
want to
this
Oh
let you know a
boy.
again.
little bit. It's
Oh
something
my
that's
I
been
ain't
going
God.
on
listening.
here over the last couple of days. You fight on, you
Uh-huh.
fight on, you fight on, you fight on. When your government is doing you wrong, you fight on, whoa, you fight on.
Oh, oh my God.
Civil right. Yeah, all the way back to the civil rights. Okay. Why not?
Well,
Oh,
you know what?
Why not?
She looks like nobody knows the struggle.
Nobody knows
Oh,
the trouble I've
yo.
seen.
Yep.
Oh.
That's old Jim Crow.
You
Okay.
want to say
Yeah.
it,
oh, and
BTS?
nothing gets suburban white voters like Negro spirituals, right?
Yeah,
It
oh,
does.
oh, 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 no, they had to put the old in old Negro spirituals.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, spiritual.
Wow.
Oh
Hello,
man.
Democrats.
Old man
Hey,
river
I
ass
am
niggas.
speaking. Hey, I am speaking.
Yeah, this is just me being.
Nobody wants to listen to you.
This is right here, just me being petty with the slow mo.
Is this what it's like to be high on mushrooms?
Yeah.
No, that's no.
Beat you to it, old man.
No, this one, no, because if this was high on mushrooms, it'd be like, oh,
yeah. Like Richard Pryor.
There
Yeah.
is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention. There is a black woman at this
That's who they are.
podium, and
You ain't shit, AV. You ain't shit if I haven't told you that.
attention, like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking. Good evening, Democrats. Look up here. 3 strong black women standing
Oh
before
God,
you.
Lord.
3 black women who, rather than just grabbing a chair,
is that a woman?
ran for chair.
Boy.
She couldn't run for a chair if you paid her.
Mm-hmm.
If you paid her to physically run for a chair, she couldn't do it.
She's gonna run to the bathroom.
Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at this room, y'all. Truly take it in.
All the threes taking over.
The Democratic
Well, she
Party.
can barely run her
We are
mouth.
strongest.
Much barely run for anything else.
God damn. Throw it off her neck.
All the educated threes are coming out.
Boy,
Two.
what? It's the party of the threes, man.
Yeah,
You know
educated.
what?
Instead of educated fours, these are educated threes, man. Run
You
for
know what,
office.
BTS? When she started singing, I just had to say, looking back, all of my years, I think I shed you some
I'm
tears.
surprised I didn't see Brittany the Hut up there.
Brittany the Hut.
Think I gotta let it go.
Brittany Cooper.
Hold on, Brittany. Who's Brittany the Hut?
Brittany Cooper.
Oh, Cooper. Okay. No, well, she's got a job though. She got a gig.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
good
got
for
a
her.
kid.
Yeah, she's a professor. Yeah, Professor Crunk. Brittany
Yeah,
Cooper.
I mean, no. I'm not surprised at her having a PhD or
Oh,
something.
this is the one I wanted to play for
She
BGS right
needs it.
here.
I just want to know how she get a kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, look who's back.
No, she ain't. Does she have a kid? No.
Skinny. And she's here to prove to us that she could have fit in that small compact SUV by showing, car, excuse me, by showing that she can fit in the small SUV.
This is the big bag trying to sue Lyft.
Now here she is, snuggled in tightly.
No, I wanted to see the video because I want to see how long it took.
She's in there.
No, but just wait for it.
She's definitely in there. Into the small SUV.
Okay.
This is her. Okay. All right.
Oh.
But She's trying to prove to us that she can fit. Now, let me show you the problem here.
You can't close the door.
Do y'all not see?
No, look.
Oh
God
God,
damn.
the
Hell on the
lean.
suspension.
Ooh, lean with it,
Fuck up
rock
the
with
Boy,
it,
look at
suspension.
that.
lean with it,
Look at that
rock with it.
damn lean, boy.
Yeah, that's gangster lean, boy.
You know. And the
Diamond in
gangster
the back,
link makes the
sunroof
white
top.
boy
Yeah,
TV angels and the best.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah. Diamond in the back, sun
Oh my
rooftop.
Sunroof
I
top.
Get in
think
that scene with a
Lean with a
Gangsta
gangster
gangster
lean.
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 Woo, woo. You may not drive great
a
big
great big
Cadillac.
No,
What
no,
is
no.
it? William Devon, is it?
Yeah,
William
You may
Devon?
not drive a great big dumb truck.
yeah,
God.
yeah.
My
God.
struts are like, well, you nigga, are you crazy for
Yeah,
strolling off?
yeah, she just proved everybody's point. That's how I can even let you in this car.
We put a hatchback with hydraulics.
God
Yeah,
damn.
and that's a truck, and that's not a truck, not a car. Okay.
This is my
Yes,
suspension. It's going down.
yep.
Mm,
That's a small
I bet you.
SUV, and that sucker's
I,
still leaning.
I
Yeah.
bet you he broke the strut off that motherfucker.
They say, I'm
Ugh.
going down. I'm
And,
going
and don't hit a
down.
pothole with her in the
Well,
car though.
that it
In
was
New
Oh,
York? Oh no.
Mm-mm.
That thing
Snap,
is coming off.
It's coming
snap
off.
that suspension. Snap it in half.
oh
It's
my
happening in half.
God. Look at
She in
that.
Yep.
Detroit though.
Well, how
My
tall is she?
God.
How much she weigh, first of all?
Four,
Five
she
Roughly.
foot.
four.
She 5'3" or 5'4", and she weighs what
Five foot
five
of four.
500 pounds.
540,
Yeah. Four.
540.
Yeah.
How do you fit that much? How much tonnage in that?
Guess what she says? She's trans slim.
Oh,
All
oh,
right, all right,
BG,
BGS. All
stop,
right, bro.
stop.
I'm
No,
You all
you
right.
serious.
can't.
No,
No,
she
no,
doesn't.
No,
I shit you not.
no,
She
I don't
Trans
did.
believe that.
She said
Hold,
that. She
hold
did
on, wait a
say
minute.
that.
Hold
No,
on, wait a
I'm
minute.
not. I will shit you not. Go
Wait a
ahead.
minute. Wait a
Like
minute.
them
Wait a
One
minute,
fire.
time.
fella.
Oh, AB speaking. Go ahead, AB.
And BG and BGS's defense.
Well,
Whoever's
hold
that
on.
guy.
They mute up. You
It's
gonna laugh? I
backwards.
got the
OG
yeah.
just can't help it. He
He
can't
can't
help
help
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, and OG don't break like that, man. It has to be really funny for OG to break.
Oh my God. That bitch is trans
Oh,
slender.
Yeah, she
so
said she trans slim. That's what she called herself. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead,
yeah.
AB.
In BGS's defense, though,
hmm
she dresses like she's like skinny,
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
it's like every stereotype you hear about a big bag, she fits it. Almost
You,
every.
when she was on the Breakfast Club, she said she's trans slim. She says because in my head I'm not fat.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's
Mind is a
so.
powerful thing. But BGS,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine's another drug.
BGS,
Uh huh.
sir,
Yeah.
think about it this way. I mean, I remember Chris Bass once said this about former governor of New Jersey.
Uh huh.
Basically, he would look at this little bit, this halfback, and say, first of all, this woman, this sister right here,
Mm-hmm.
her butt and gut have been won since the first grade. That's how bad this woman is.
Mm-hmm.
Her butt and gut have been won since the first grade.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't one.
She was damn near born a beach ball. So
Yeah,
BGS,
her
you
butt.
said a
Okay.
lot of wild stuff over the
Ooh,
years. I can't
okay.
that's a
believe
C-section
that.
right there.
You
There's no
can't
way
believe.
she could have been
I
a natural birth.
can't believe what.
I know she said it, but like for real, the fact
Yeah.
that she uttered that out of her own face.
Yes.
She's trans slender.
Yeah. She did. Yeah.
Trans slim? Are you kidding me?
She did say that. She actually said, "In my head, I'm not fat."
But yet Lizzo is trying to lose weight now. Go figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
Lizzo, because Lizzo wants to be attractive. Lizzo likes good-looking men,
Yeah.
yeah,
and
yeah.
Lizzo doesn't want to pay, so Lizzo has to lose weight.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Okay.
Black women like good-looking men. There's like black women like men like Charles, but they don't want to pay for men like Charles. Charles can
Nope.
tell you.
Oh, I'm
hmm
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna tell you what, I had ugly bitches play for PlayStations. Okay, Jordan and
Okay.
Blake.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
they were getting away cheap. Okay.
I
Oh,
didn't say that's all they paid. Nigga.
Yeah, they paid for, it,
mm,
but they still got you at a discount.
Now
see,
I'm bougie.
mm,
Oh, that dick ain't free.
Oh
that. Oh man,
shit,
you guys
Black,
consider yourselves fortunate.
black women hate to pay. Okay.
my dick and my advice is not free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need your advice, Charles. You paying for dinner?
Why you think big chicks when they get lonely they go shopping at the local jail?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, BGS,
That's at the. Oh, go ahead.
did you see the kerfuffle with Stephen A. Smith?
I heard it with him and what's his name?
Servo.
Yeah. Yeah. he had, Stephen A was mad. Okay, he really was. He was mad.
Yeah,
He was upset.
they put Stephen A. Smith on the list for
Yeah, for
candidate
president.
for
Yeah,
president.
yeah, yeah. He
What?
was joking. No, but
Okay,
basically,
okay,
yeah,
okay. Joke.
I mean, what I'm saying is he didn't do it himself. Okay,
Okay, okay.
somebody said Stephen A. Should run for president. Okay.
Oh, he was
And, yeah,
nominated to
and,
run.
yeah, and
Okay.
basically the kerfuffle is Stephen A. came out and said, "Yeah, I'm at the top of the Democrats list because they suck."
Yeah. Well, that's probably, and he's not far off. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no,
Mhm.
Some people
Yeah.
got upset that they said that. It's
No.
like,
All right. Well, James Carville went in on him. So,
yeah,
and
he old cranky anyway. Bless
yeah,
his heart.
one person can talk more shit than Stephen A. Smith is James Carville.
Yeah,
Okay.
and to James Carville's credit,
Mm,
yes, but her blue. I'm giving James Carville's credit. He was right the first time. It's the
yeah,
economy, stupid.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
Then again,
yeah,
who's
yeah.
paying
He was,
attention?
he,
I was surprised MOT showed up on the show though. It was actually
yeah,
respectful.
he was cold.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was colder. So yeah, whatever.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Now, that's one thing I can actually respect about you. You're not going to tell half truths. The person was acting a donkey's ass. You'll say it if they were respectful. You'll say it.
yeah,
Mhm.
Nobody can say you a hater.
no, I mean, I
Unless,
mean, I mean, even the people I hate, okay, if they come up on the panel and they're respectful, I'm not gonna go in on them. I don't. They know I don't like, like Obsidian
Yeah.
knows I don't like him. Okay, but if he comes up on the
Mm-hmm.
panel, okay, and you're
He's respectful.
respectful, you
Yeah.
come on. Yeah, yeah.
I still can't. I
Don't
still
mean I
can't
don't.
forget that one time.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna fuck with you, but yeah.
I still can't remember that one time when I asked him a question. That motherfucker shot the gun and deflected the bullet.
Oh yeah, we went on. Well, yeah, we were in on him.
What
We were
what happened?
That was a classic. You might
it
have
was.
to.
Yeah, I had to. Basically, he was saying something about saying a word and then running over and deflecting it. In other words, deflecting the bullet. Okay. And so
Mm-hmm.
in other words, he would say something and go back and defend against it. I said, so we said basically, you fire two shots and like run Wonder
Mm-hmm.
Woman, you're gonna run in front or pass the bullet, run in front of it, and deflect both bullets. Okay.
Yikes.
And we laughed for about half an hour, man. He had to drop off and leave.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I was getting ready for work listening to this shit.
Hmm.
It was one of those classic ones, man, and it's funny because it. This is what I say, especially about the old school Colosseums.
Yeah.
Mhm.
One clip of that shit could be like a million views.
It could be. Yeah, it was
Oh
hilarious.
my god! Like so many people, you got exposed if you didn't know what the fuck you were talking
You
about. It
sure
was
did.
like
Oh yeah, you get put in a chair in a heartbeat. Okay.
somebody you get exposed quick, and you feel like a fucking phytoplankton when you get turned.
Yeah, it was one
Everybody
thing.
get down.
If basically, if you believed in something, by the time you finished the Coliseum, it was legit. It was solidified. Okay, you go up
Yeah.
against anybody.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, we
Mm-hmm.
have to play the hood rat
Who-
congresswoman.
Oh,
Or well,
Crockett,
excuse me, the one. Yeah, the wannabe
and
hood
she's
rat
from
congress.
Dallas too, man. I said, oh my, I tell you, they know ratchet like a country ratchet, boy. She from Dallas
Mm-hmm.
too. So
And
God.
President Trump says he
lying.
likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refund.
Yes,
Bullshit.
bullshit. He did. Yeah,
If he didn't sign it, you wouldn't have got the check, dummy.
yeah.
That people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate.
That's
Wrong
not their
again.
power.
No. Actually, he had wanted it signed what was it October before the election, and they turned it down. Okay,
Nancy Pelosi turned it down.
they turned
Yeah,
it down.
but that's not even the interesting part. The interesting part is the stimulus check she's talking about. The
Hmm.
Republicans, she just misinformed people. The Republicans were still in charge of the Senate at the
Yeah,
time when that first check went out. So
yeah.
Right
Okay.
now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only
Bullshit. Bullshit. Bullshit.
How
reason
the
that
fuck
those
do they
refunds
uncover it?
came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once in a lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola unfortunately was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't
Translation: be afraid, be very
No,
afraid.
want to deal
I hate people that are in Congress that sit up there and lie. Okay, you know
Yeah.
exactly what COVID was and why it happened. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
the vaccines and medicine in this country, then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2, 3, or 4 pandemics because of their incompetence. So
Pause
no,
it.
we are
Pause
not.
it. See, this is the part where it really hits me home.
Mm-hmm.
You had a bunch of people who said it wasn't that serious. Why do you think a lot of motherfuckers were running and quit their jobs? Because they knew this shit was coming.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of fucking people who were getting money, getting fat off the hog off the federal government hand over fist.
Yeah.
Who were the so-called? I'm pretty sure Dr. Dunbar and Nicole Ali, you put them in those positions,
Yeah.
they will actually save lives because
Yeah.
they know, and
Yeah.
they have to know what the fuck
Yeah.
they're doing.
Yeah.
But that's some disingenuous shit she was saying.
I'm glad Nicole got because of that work actually got some grants. So
Grants, yeah.
yeah,
How's she doing, by the way?
I haven't talked
Putting
to her,
out
but I got to email her and see what's up.
Yeah, especially with the baby and everything.
Yeah.
That baby should be 4 by now, right?
Yeah. 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 But she
Oh,
was
good
money.
girl.
last
And
time I talked to she
honestly,
was real
I don't
busy.
know what 5,000. We are
That's
not in the business of giving out money. And honestly,
Oh.
I don't
What?
know what $5,000 will do for you.
Yeah. She's.
Nani?
in this economy.
Who the fuck says I don't need $5,000 in this day and time?
Nobody.
Nobody.
What the fuck? Like, right? Number one, you are the government. It is your job to give out grants and money. You moron.
And what she won't tell you is why he says he can give uh, uh, taxpayers back $5,000 is because he's
Mm-hmm.
found all this waste, fraud, and abuse that's been in the system, and he's willing to give back people the excess. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
You know what $5,000 will do right now for Charles L. Faulkner Jr.? An extra $5,000 to get my security agency license in DC.
Mm-hmm.
If it's 4 and under, it's 500. If it's 5 or more people, it's 1,000.
Yeah.
That's 1,000. How many radios? Radios cost about a pack of 10 of good, decent radios, about
Mm-hmm.
200.
Mm-hmm.
How much can I put towards a new truck? I could fix up the truck. At least give me another 2 stacks to get a decent truck to be mobile for my unit. And you're telling me with $5,000 at this day and age, and shout out to everybody, Prime, and shout out to Superfly Gamer. Don't forget to come over to AB's and give them a like too, if you're watching for mine as well. $5,000 in this day and age can bring people out of some desperate times. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there are people who are on back rent right now. There are people on all kinds of despicable shit who are desperate. You should give more when you have access of money. You should give back to your people. That's the reason why you're governor.
Because it's their money.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
it looks to me like the Democrats are fighting. They're fighting Vietnam with World War II tactics. They got old tactics. They think shaming and identity politics in 2025. Like, I want to pay as little taxes as I can and get as much as I can out of the dollar because I need it. That's it. If you're not talking about that, who cares what you're talking about? And people don't care about no birthing persons and insemination persons. People don't care about that.
My thing is okay. My thing, and this is what I say: fuck getting money back, right? Reduce the cost of living and reduce the cost of inflation, right? In other words, fuck $5,000. Take $1,000 off my goddamn rent.
Yes.
Take 1,500. Let the average
take $500 off my monthly food bill. Okay.
Let the average mortgage be about what? $1,000, $1,200 at best.
Which is probably going to be headed back that way is because of all the federal cuts and job cuts. Okay, I mean,
Price gonna go up.
the price is going to go down because people can't afford the
They
housing
can't
anymore.
afford it.
Yeah. So the big markets
Oh,
like
you're talking about housing.
DC,
Sorry.
housing is going down. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of big markets where they
Yeah.
have to sell the house at a discount because nobody can afford it.
Yeah.
And that's not including commercial real estate, which, good Lord, I don't know what the truth is about that, but it's not good. It is not good.
I'm going to tell you, it's like the prices in Baltimore and DC are astronomical. And I'm like, wait a minute. I used to live in this part of the city and this was not that expensive. And now you're charging people all these taxes, rain tax. What the fuck you charging a rain tax for? You're not even putting that tax into school. Like the casino money. It's supposed to be back in the education and first responders. And now you're having a problem putting towards police and fire pensions. You're having a problem with education. Why your schools look like they're back in the fucking 80s? Like
because the money's being siphoned off, and that's why. Do I like Musk? No, I don't like him. Okay, never did. Do I like Trump? No, I don't like him. Never did. But the thing is, what Doge is doing, okay, regardless of of the fallout, that there's gonna be fallout. People are gonna lose jobs, and Yahoo's gonna get loose a little bit, but what's happening is they're digging up all that bullshit that needs to come out. Like Stacey Abrams alone, man, they found gold bars, man. With Stacey Abrams, they're hiding money. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, pull us up real quick, AB.
Oh man, what did I tell you,
If you can.
BTS? Trump and Elon are Genghis Khan. You must have committed great.
Hold on, my bad. Just a minute, hit the wrong one.
Okay.
Why you do that, AB?
Shit happens.
Okay, this is landlords going into default. Florida rental market on the verge of collapse. We'll play maybe a couple minutes of this, AB, if it's okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I sped it up just a little bit. Oh, hold on.
Houses pop up everywhere across Florida's housing market right now. This is a trend in 2025 that's going to cause home prices in Florida to drop by a lot. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the houses that are sitting vacant, that are now being listed for sale. And the first thing I actually want to start by talking about is what's going on with rents here in Florida. Because Redfin just released a new report talking about the cities in America with the biggest drop in rents, and a bunch of cities on Florida made the list. In particular, Tampa Metro came in at number 2. Rents in Tampa are down 8% year over year. The rents are dropping, folks. So we had the big surge in rents during the pandemic. They went up 30-40%. Now they're going down. They haven't erased the pandemic increase, but they're going down by enough to cause these investors big problems. And so these investors on homes like this, they're dealing with, in many cases, rising insurance costs. The insurance bill on a home in this neighborhood, if you were to get flood insurance and homeowners insurance, is going to be $5,000 a year. The taxes might be $3,000 or $4,000 a year. You can only rent it for $1,500 a month. So the investors are just letting it sit vacant and they're selling. Other markets where the rents are dropping include Orlando, Sarasota, Naples is a big market where rents are going down. In Naples, rents are down by as much as 10% from their peak. But the other problem is interest rates, everyone. If you're a home buyer and investor, you're now contending with interest and mortgage rates that are staying higher for longer. The 30-year fixed mortgage right now is still over 7%, and it's likely going to stay at or above 7% with the inflationary pressures we're seeing in the economy right now. We just had a January 2025 inflation report from the BLS, which showed that we had 0.5% inflation in January 2025 on a month-over-month basis. That's almost 6% annualized inflation. So we're seeing these inflation readings start to get worse again. The disinflation is over. Maybe there's a reacceleration occurring, and that's causing the long-term bond yields for the U.S. government to stay higher, which is causing the mortgage rates to stay higher. So, the Fed now is in a bit of a bind. They can't really cut rates anymore. The bond market's saying inflation is going to be a problem. And that means that the housing market is going to have some issues. But what's really interesting is a lot of the sellers here in the market in Florida still don't realize what's happening. On this house behind me, it's been on the market since October, so almost 5 months. And it's listed for $300,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. Now you look at the pictures on the inside, you look at this house from the outside, and you got to say $300,000 is asking a lot, especially when this house was previously listed for $47,000 in 2016. Now, of course, that was
What?
after the last housing downturn here in Florida. In a zip code like this, prices went down as much as 50 to 60%. So the houses got really cheap. You could buy a house back then and your monthly payment would be about $400 a month. It was ridiculous how affordable Florida was 5 to 10 years ago. Now it's gotten really expensive. The trouble is, on a house like this for 300 grand, there's no buyer in today's market at today's mortgage rates. Buyers cannot afford homes like this. So this seller, if they want to sell this house, they're going to have to do some dramatic price reductions. And the interesting thing about the housing market right now is that some sellers are understanding what's going on. Some sellers are cutting prices and listing at a good price. And those are the sellers who are still selling their homes. Meanwhile, other sellers are remaining stubborn and keeping their prices really elevated because they saw, their neighbor 2 years ago sell for a certain price, so they think that that's what it's worth today. And the real issue for landlords is the fact that they can't make money on their investments anymore. Because let's just do some simple math. If you go to a neighborhood like this, you can rent out a 2-bed, 2-bath house for around $1,600 a month, which is about $19,000 a year in gross rent. Now you got to assume some vacancy in there. The vacancy cost is going to be around 7%. Then you got to assume some maintenance costs, some utility costs, but really the property taxes and the insurance are really what's going to get you probably combined around $8,000 a year. Your net rental income on one of these properties, if you buy it as an investor, is only going to be around $9,000 a year. And that's before interest. That's before you pay your bank. If you pay your bank, you're probably going to be losing money on these rental properties. And that's a big problem for these real estate investors and why so many of them are selling right now. You can see here in Florida that the inventory of homes for sale is now up to almost 160,000 in January 2025. That's the highest level of supply and inventory that we've seen going back a decade. And when the supply gets that high, it's going to naturally mean that the prices have to come down. In this zip code here in Tarpon Springs, values are down 2.5% year over year. In some of these neighboring zip codes, data on Reventure app is showing that values are down as much as 5% year over year. The trouble for these sellers who are remaining stubborn is that the fundamentals in the market keep getting worse. Redfin just came out with a new report that home buyer demand in 2025 was the lowest it's been for any month since the pandemic month of April 2020, when everything was locked down. So we have the lowest demand since then, and if you exclude that month, it's the lowest demand in 30 years in terms of buyer demand. That's a new Redfin report. At the same time, they're talking now about how supply and listings on the market is at the highest level in 5 years. And the title from the Redfin article was really funny. It was like supply surged in January, but there were very few buyers or no buyers came in. And it's interesting to me now how we're seeing more of the mainstream housing news outlets start to acknowledge this housing downturn. Like Redfin's reports are getting pretty pessimistic about the future of the market.
Y'all let me know when it's enough, okay? But you probably got a pretty good gist because he's repeating himself. Yeah.
Well, I think you've talked about this before. I mean, houses shouldn't be financial instruments. I understand a perspective why they might be used at some certain point, but honestly, they really shouldn't be allowing people to rent unless in specific situation. It really should be the more expensive option, because what happens is when you get a bunch of people renting, they aren't invested in the town that they're in, right? Because the most important kind of politics is your local politics. And if you're in an area where everyone's renting, then no one cares if the street's cleaned or anything, right? And so you need people to be bought into the area that they live in. And I think honestly, our country needs to be forcing people to at lower rates than the housing are now, but everyone really should be by default owning something in America.
Well, the thing is, and this is something I said in 2019, 2020 during the election, right? I said, okay, at some point when Biden was getting ready to get in office, you're going to have to choose between the people and the banks, okay? Because the banks were actually jacking up rates like this because they needed to make a profit, right? And he chose the banks, okay? Because you could easily have financed a larger supply of homes. Especially if you're going to move in 7 million immigrants over the next 4 years, so 7 million people, okay? That's going to bring the housing stocks down even further. But the thing is, what you're finding out now is Trump doing two things. He's cutting jobs, also getting rid of people. So what's going to happen to housing? It's going to go down, okay?
Yeah.
Demand's going to go down.
You got to
speak on what
Go ahead.
somebody was saying about it should be ownership only. Thing about that is not everybody wants to rent, right? So if you stop people from renting, you also have to think about temporary employees, right? Like well, not even temporary employees, but let's say like some of your best renters are military people, right? You have to go from base to base. Those are some of your best renters. So like one of my uncles is a
Tenants.
retired lieutenant colonel,
Mm-hmm.
colonel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and move around from base to base. You don't want to have a mortgage because you can get transferred, you know, at any moment, really. Maybe
No,
within
I
a
agree
few
with that.
years, more like.
But
It,
I
wa-
don't.
Yeah,
I don't think the
I
problem
agree
is.
with that.
I don't think he's. I don't think what Drama Bear is saying that there should be no renters, but seeing as the focus should not be a high rental market. That's what he's
That
trying to
Well,
say.
but I wouldn't say the problem is the
Okay.
mortgage.
Just
I would
a
say,
One
minute.
time, one time, one
Just a
time.
okay,
minute. Just a minute, fellas. I gotta announce my super chats. Thank you, MS Delta guys. Thank you, Aqua Techie. Y'all hit my Cash App, support the show. Hit the super chat, support the show. BGS tax in effect. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors.
Oh yeah. Today's February 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh shit, that's my mother's birthday.
No,
Happy birthday, Mom.
how's mom?
Yeah, my dad's is the 21st. My mom's the 23rd.
Two
On the same
Aquarius.
month?
Two Aquarius, huh?
Yeah, two Aquariuses.
Oh boy.
I think they
Okay.
got divorced, and then it's my homegirl Danielle Davis. Her birthday is the same as my mom. So is my man Decador, who also coached wrestling with me.
How come, how come mom never got remarried?
Is she a black woman?
Yeah.
Enough, like Stan Lee,
Enough said.
Enough said.
Enough said,
like
huh?
Stan Lee used to say. Enough said.
Okay.
Enough said.
I even told her that, but she asked me to do shit around the house. I was like, "Man, you need a man."
This is why I got a man. It's called you. I had one.
It's called my black ass gonna move to Alaska.
That's what you're gonna have to do.
Yeah.
No, and if I did move that far, she'd probably try to. I'll help.
No,
She'll
she'd
move
follow
with
you.
me.
Oh, baby, what's it like living in Alaska? And next thing you know, she got her bag. She said, "You here to visit? No, I'm here to live."
Mhm. I was like, here, carry this with you. What's that? A sawed-off shotgun, polar bears.
Ah, damn.
Oh, I don't know about. I don't know. Especially now in certain times of the year, times of the year, that shit could jam on you, doesn't it?
No.
What
You don't know how
jam?
to clean it.
What jams on you? How do you clean a shotgun? Pull the trigger again, nigga.
There's no water. There's no water. It's oil.
Hey, hey, BGS, your thoughts on
Worst you need is a certain type of oil, a heavy duty oil, so it doesn't freeze.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah,
Thank you.
your thoughts on Cash Patel getting
I have to wait till he gets in because I don't know much about him.
Okay.
So, and most of the time you can't tell how they're gonna govern until they get in anyway. No matter, just
talking
like
about-
the what's his name that they didn't think he rocked with Trump until he got in. But guess remember, your president determines your policy. Okay, people you don't determine your individual policy.
No.
If you're gonna have a job for very long, yeah.
They might have ways of going about it, but they always going to defer to the wants and needs of the president.
Yep.
It's like Hegseth. There's a reason why he was sector, and there's a reason why they fired the guy who was chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Yeah, the black guy, yeah.
Yeah, because he was the number one. The reason why you have all these overly flamboyant people in the military was because of him. And he made a statement, well, there are too many white officers in the military. They're like, how many there's supposed to be? Like, if you're qualified for the job, you're qualified for the job.
Yeah.
But black man, black woman, white man, look, give me the best of the best. That's how the military should be ran. And you're
meritocracy.
Yes. Because this is the problem. The reason why I'm gonna tell you a little secret. You know why a lot of these people get these DEI police chiefs and commissioners? Because a lot of the testing for lieutenant and sergeant is about this. Majority of the testing is this. You take a multiple testing questionnaire or test for about 2 to 3 hours. You take after that, you take another test, which is the oral exam, where you go in front of the Sanhedrin of 3,
Mm-hmm.
and you say whatever talking points they want you to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they point you on if you hit these certain things. Then you make the list. If you're number 1, number 2, number 3, it's not merit based. There's people who's number 1 on the test never made a fucking quality arrest in their life,
Okay.
but they are put in positions to tell you how to do it. And if something major happens, your life's in their hands.
Yeah.
And the thing is, too, Charles, the Joint Chiefs of Staff is a political position.
It is.
And when you see all these, like especially general officers,
Mhm.
like they go to college, they got to get their master's degrees and everything. And when they pick the Joint Chiefs of Staff, most likely that general is going to be in the same political
Ideology.
ideology as the president. Just
It's
like
supposed to be
when,
it. Yeah.
just like when George Bush was president, he had General Pete Pace as his Joint Chief of Staff because he was an evangelical Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
You got to remember, and also, the Joint Chief does not have a direct command. That's the reason why you have the General of the Army and the Commandant of the Marine Corps, the Admiral of the Navy, the Admiral of the Coast Guard, and all these other places because
Air Marshal, the Air Force.
Well, we don't have air marshals.
Unfortunately.
Well, because we have a General of the Air Force. That's basically the same damn rank. So you don't have direct command, which basically you're the president's number 1 military. You're the highest ranking military officer, yes, in the free world, but you don't have direct command. That's kind of those checks and balances that people don't read up in American government and civics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for a reason, because when you have direct command, that means you have the ear of the military more so than even the people you establish as the army, as the general of the army, for instance. And that's how if you look historically, that's how a lot of coups came about. There's a lot of blanket layers to make sure you don't get that in America. So when you look at a guy like Hegseth, why was he picked? Because he's not a part of the norm.
Mm-hmm.
He has enough military experience, and he's a wartime vet to know how it feels to be careful to send people if necessary.
And he's not part of the DOD consensus, and plus
No, he's not part of that.
And plus he's a military realist, which is
enough.
Yeah,
kicking the chair, old man. You're kicking the chair. He's a realist.
Yeah. Because I'm a structural realist, so that's why they've been talking about this over the past 4 years.
Yeah, that's why when I did the live about him, I said, look at what he said when he was on Sean Ryan. He's like, first of all, let's be realistic about this. That's the first statement he made. Let's be realistic. And all those other generals were basically pipe cleaning all those politicians.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah. They're protecting their political behinds. So.
Yeah. Him and shout out to him and JD Vance. They went over there to tell Europe, hold your own nuts, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, anybody that knew anything about Donald Trump knows that was going to be the case, and that is and everybody said that is people think that's JD Vance and Hegseth saying it. No, that's Donald Trump giving the order, and they're following it.
No, you got to understand. That's what a lot of people fail. They keep thinking Elon.
Yeah.
Let me put it to you this way. There is no fucking way a guy with the mentality of Donald Trump is going to be a pacifist to a guy like Elon.
No.
If anything, he knows, everybody knows a person on the spectrum.
Yeah.
You have functional people on the spectrum. That's what Elon is.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing about the spectrum, they're very good at focusing at one thing at one time. That's why he's a brilliant businessman and inventor. But when it comes to multitasking, they suck.
And when it comes to, they're not. They can tell you, Elon's not a people person.
He's not a people person. Yeah. Trump is a people person. He's got to
think about this. Think about what y'all talk about, right? Think about how stupid the people that saying this is. They're saying a tech nerd is
Mm-hmm.
controlling
The world.
a multi-billionaire real estate agent that did business with mob bosses. You can't do real estate in New York City without dealing with the mob.
Mhm.
Does that make any sense?
He doesn't have to.
They're repeating what the Democrats and black women are saying. Okay.
Mhm. This is
And,
what I told.
in other words, they go by feelings and propaganda and rumor. Okay, that's what women are good at. Okay,
Mhm.
without instead of fact.
I'll be back in a minute. Go ahead,
Any,
Big Jeff.
anybody that knew Donald Trump, especially after he got shot, knew that this was coming.
When when
Okay,
when I,
go ahead.
when I saw it, the first person BGS contacted was me. And what did I tell you? You're looking at the next president of the United States, my nigga.
Yeah. I knew that, but I wanted. But the thing is, I wanted to know from somebody like you, okay? Because I know what your skill set is, right? Okay. Um, how
Me,
close? Yeah, because how close was that? And you said had he not turned his head, he wouldn't be here. Okay.
let me put it to you this way.
Mm,
It was it was all the Abrahamic gods, all the
mm,
Asian gods, all the
yeah.
Greek and African gods
Yeah.
pushing that nigga head at
Yes.
that moment.
At
Because a
that, at,
person
at,
like
at, at
me,
that split second. Yeah.
let me give you a quick example.
Mm-hmm.
My custom made 556 from that
Yeah.
distance,
Yeah.
which has 6 times multiplication.
Yeah.
It's a what's the word with the G? Gazelle, which is one of the best. Um, somebody got a little bit of problems, huh? But
Who's got an outstanding warrant?
it's a Gazelle.
They're on the way. Yeah.
It's a
What?
Gazelle. So 6 times multiplication, meaning 60 yards or 100 yards. I could see it very
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
If I could hit 300 yards clean iron sights
Yes.
with a scope in my hand, 556,
Yeah.
what the fuck could I do, Lewis?
Take the whole top of his head off.
Yeah.
Clean.
You can shoot the
Clean.
top of a dime.
If you would have put that rifle in my hand,
Yeah.
I could have hit not only him, but at least before they get to me, at least 3 to 4 of his fucking protecting squad.
Yeah.
Well, can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
If that lead would have hit on target, that would have been the end of America.
Yeah, it would have been terrible. I do agree with you on that one. It would have been, we would have split the country in half, if not thirds.
Possibly. You know what? You know what? And this is something my advisor told me, right? When Quebec was going to leave, right? Okay. At the end of the day, people are basically gutless. They're cowards. Okay. They would rather stay in comfort. Okay. No matter what they feel. Okay. The fear of the unknown is much worse. And people in America are way too comfortable to actually do that shit.
And
So I doubt it would happen.
That's true too.
The enemy I know.
Yeah.
Better to deal with the devil you know than the angel you don't.
And African countries go through the same thing. You're under a threat of military upset, and you will stay right there and keep that shit together because you're afraid of the unknown. Okay.
Yeah.
That's people.
It could get a whole lot worse. That's what they always think.
Yeah.
And it does happen to get a whole lot worse before it gets better.
In other words, I'd rather face this that I know than face the unknown, and that's most people. That's why. So when they say the country will split, that's a bullshit.
And it's crazy because one, that would have uncovered a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And two, once you knew he survived that shit,
it's over. Yeah.
It's over. He's gunning for you, motherfucker.
He's gunning for you, motherfucker. So that's something. Everybody's running for cover right now. Okay. That's how the military brass. They're getting unseated. Okay. They already got their plans ready. They knew they were leaving.
Mm-hmm. They got their contingency.
Could you imagine?
What?
Could you imagine like a far left military group?
You had
a far left
rainbow
military
flags.
You had one for the last 4 years.
They weren't far left. They're not far left. They're actually far right.
You know, they have like a rainbow battle flag in that mug.
The rainbow.
Have you been playing Helldivers 2?
Those kind of people don't fight. Okay.
Let me put it to you this way: they tried their damnedest to make it that way, but thank God we still had some people with some goddamn sense that actually put in the
You know what I would? I would give them all one unit I put them through the grind. Okay, we gonna make you do everything that a regular soldier go. Take away all the comforts. Okay, you can
Yep.
have what you want.
And shout
They
out to
it wouldn't last very long. Okay.
and shout out to the ladies. I forget in World War II, the all black,
688.
the 6888.
Mm.
This is the shit that black women never hang their hats on, which they should. The 6888 did shit that men couldn't do, white men couldn't do in 2 to 3 years. They did in 2 to 3 months.
What's that?
Was make sure those letters and all the communication was traveling smoothly.
Oh, okay.
And
sorting the hell out those letters.
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay. Yeah.
And people don't remember that your morality, your morality, not your moral, the moral, and all that shit. Your communication,
Your morale.
excuse
Morale,
me, your morale. Sorry, goddamn liquor kitten. Your morale and your communication is vital when you're fighting a war. So if communication can't flow freely, you're pretty much you ever played a video game and it lags?
Yeah.
Especially if you're at a severe disadvantage. So shout out to them ladies. Since people say we don't shout out black women, but no, we just shout out the honorable ones.
They want to be men, but the thing is, make them be men. No.
Yeah, like what the
speaking of shouting out ladies, shout out to Simone Biles. I heard she's pregnant for real this time.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Really?
Okay. Good. Yeah.
Shout out to Simone and
women,
Jonathan.
athletes like her have problems having babies until they actually stop competing.
Yeah, she had to really.
Yeah.
Once she
Yeah.
did
Amenorrhea is
that,
what it's called.
They don't have enough fat and estrogen to actually have kids. So.
Yeah, they suffer from amenorrhea.
Yeah.
Also,
It's
BTS
a-
consider
Hey, shout out to Jonathan and Simone Owens.
Jonathan Owens.
Yeah.
I don't know who
BTS.
Simone Biles is.
BTS.
She would agree with you. Yeah. Go ahead.
Think about this also, because even an obstetrician would say, considering her size and everything, her height. So when that's small, having a child, it can be kind of detrimental.
Not really, man. We got to remember the average height, especially in Latin America, is like 4'11". So women, hold on. Women in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America have babies like that all the time. So it's not that
she's
big.
average. She's average everywhere else in the world. We're just big ass Americans.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, taller women have much more problems having babies than shorter women.
Especially the babies. That's a hell of a drop.
Yeah, if for whatever reason, tall women always have baby issues, whereas the shorter women, average size women, they spit them out.
Yeah, I've never heard of a shorty having an issue having a baby.
No. Yeah,
even though one of the reasons why is the distance. It's one of the difference because it's a longer distance. It may not seem that much, but for the distance and also for a lot of those women because you're bigger.
Yeah,
you got to be very careful with the medications that a lot of women take for pain.
That epidural, especially.
Like I'm gonna tell you, when Peanut was coming out, he didn't feel any pain until she took the epidural. I'm like, motherfucker, you should have just done it natural. Shit. And as soon as she got the epidural, she's screaming like fucking Mahalia Jackson.
Shit. My mother, I don't know, my mother's like 5'5". I think when she had me, I was like 9 pounds and everything, but for her, it was like an easy pregnancy. Because it was like
you have your 6'3" ass.
My dad was 6'1".
Were you the first, or what number are you?
I'm the oldest.
Oh, okay.
And she had an easy pregnancy with me. So actually, yeah, it was an easy pregnancy. So when she went to deliver me, it was like they said, within an hour of heading to the ER, that she just had me right then.
Okay.
Shout out to the 82 babies.
Yeah, 82. Hey, she had a 91 baby, same situation. He's like my size too. He's the youngest.
It's funny, BGS. Me and Name are about exactly 5 months apart.
5 months apart, 6 time zones. No, 7. Sorry, 7 time zones.
7 time zones. 6. I'm April 1st. He's September 1st.
Yeah. My birthday, like my father a lot of people are asking, how come your name isn't something patriotic? Because September the 1st is a very important day in our history. That's when we started the Army in 61. So they were like, your name should have been Owitz, which is our way of saying Victor. I was like, you got to take over my father because when he chose my name, it was an honor to a friend of his who he lost in that war. Then again,
well, that's patriotic enough, nigga.
I know too. You know what, Charles? I know too many women and men of my generation, especially those who were born in exile or in the diaspora, who were given like certain names, and immediately when I know that name, I'm like, oh, I know what kind of parents you had.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
And it's sad because you probably could say it, and I know I definitely could say it.
Mhm.
There's some parts of my father I didn't understand till two things. I came from war, and I became a father. And I'll tell BGS to get what I'm saying. Ronnie Laws, every generation hits differently when I came back from war. It hits fucking different. I love the song still, but it hits different. And the hook of it is that every generation of us lie, and it's true. And whatever complaints BGS might have against millennials, think of what we're going to have against Gen Z and Alpha.
They already have.
I mean,
yeah.
that's why it's called the generation gap. That's why when I hear an old man gripe about the old folks, I say, "Welcome to the other side." He said, "What other
But yeah,
side?"
but these
Of the
these young
generation gap.
dudes, man, I was calling BGS. These young dudes are savage. I wish I could find that video. I wish I had clipped it. But this young dude asked this chick on a date, and she's on her phone complaining like, "You won't pay for my date," and he just sitting there eating this steak like. Yeah, they're like, yeah, but this steak is still good. I'm like, damn.
I don't care about social embarrassment at all. So.
He was in his soft guy era, wasn't he? All that was left was for him to say drizzle, drizzle.
No, this is indifference. Okay, let him
Drizzle,
go.
drizzle, baby.
Even better, even better, even better.
Hold your own ovaries.
Yeah. All these chicks on there complaining like, how come these chicks on there complaining? How come guys don't come up to me anymore? I'm like, I was like, well, y'all rigged the game. What you think was going to happen?
You spent 10 years not smiling and say you don't want to be approached. So
yeah.
Well, there's that, and there's also guys understand that a woman will approach the guy she wants to talk to. So
Yep.
It's not a secret anymore. You want to talk to me? Come talk to me. If not,
unless she's black.
I'll
get
tell you this, OG. Shout out. I know people may feel a certain about Angry Man,
You talking about Red Supreme?
I'm talking about me.
Fuck it. We're gonna be fuck it, BGS. We're open. I'm talking about you, nigga.
I know. But I'll say it.
We know Red Supreme.
I respect you both for it because I don't put no caps on it. And here's the thing about it, and he said this when I was on the stream with him. When I told these ladies, okay, why don't you smile more? And he even picked up. All you ladies wanted to take my head off, but you still didn't answer Officer Faulkner's question. Why don't you smile more? Think about it. I had last Saturday, the reason why I wasn't on the show is because a friend of mine, hey Big Head, came over. And one of my godsons,
Candygram from Mongo.
Yep.
One of my godsons was there, that sitting in the living room with me and her. Of course, he smokes his herbal remedies. If you get my drift. And he noticed. He says, "You're the only motherfucker to never have sex with a woman, and she'll clean your whole fucking kitchen and house." I said, "That's the."
Oh
that's
my gosh! I found it. I did save it. Hold on, wait a minute.
Okay. Well, let Charles finish.
I said that's the difference between what I tell niggas. I don't talk about it, I live it. And when she said the only reason we're not together is because of your schedule, and I hit it with the coldest fucking line to her ever. I said, "Well, baby, things of value are going to be hard to reach, aren't they? People make time for what they want."
Yeah.
And she started crying.
Yeah.
And guess what I did? I took a few more puffs of my cigar, and that fucking that VSOP cognac never tasted better.
Yeah, I know that's bullshit because we've seen women follow guys halfway across the country if they really want them that bad. So that's bullshit.
And don't pay for my
halfway
food.
around the world.
Really? You put the phone out? Yeah, I put my phone out.
This steak is so good.
I told
you.
If you invite somebody, don't y'all expect them to pay for your food? You invited me here.
Don't you expect it? Like, I don't pay for women if I can't touch them.
Ooh.
Oh.
Y'all look like y'all think because you pretty, I'm supposed to be cashing my money in
The
you.
point of the date is to get to know each other.
We didn't know each other. I'm gonna eat, pay for your food, pay for my food, right?
That wasn't part of the point. When you invited me on a date, I expected you to pay. I don't have any money, and I told you that. You still gonna sit here and eat in front of me?
How would you go on a date and not bring any money? I don't care if they invited you.
That's a good
Always
rule.
have your
Bring
own
money.
money.
Homeboy
Yeah.
smashing that plate.
I know. That's what I said. Damn.
He not just
Wait, did he
eating. He is
pre-cut? Was that
cooking.
pre-cut for
Why
him?
would you come to a
Oh,
date with
that's
no money?
steak.
I thought you was gonna pay. You invited me. I didn't make plans. You made the plans. You made the plans. You should have the money.
No, you said we should go out to eat. I said, okay, cool.
No,
We're going out to eat.
no. But who slid in who DMs?
That's
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
You wanted me. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I
I'm
wrong?
just tired of these broke trying to use. I'm saying,
Oh,
I'm saying these broke guys trying to use their money, thinking they
Would you
gonna.
put me in
that,
some category as
Rewind that
well?
shit. Rewind that
savage,
shit. Let me
savage.
rewind.
Rewind that shit. Let him live in his
I thought you was
glory.
playing.
Let him cook. Let
Am
him
I
cook.
right or am I
I'm
wrong?
just tired of these broke trying to use. I'm saying you. I'm saying these broke guys trying to use their money, thinking they
Would you
gonna.
put me in the same category as them?
I'm not paying category anyway. You need to. I don't know.
He said, I don't
I
know.
thought you was playing at first, but you're really not gonna buy me no food, and you're really not gonna take me
You should.
home.
I
You want
would.
me to sit here and stare at you while you eat?
I'm saying we having dinner.
No, you having dinner. I'm sitting here looking stupid.
Oh, well, whose fault is
There's
that?
nobody that can catch up with some money.
No, you. That's why I'm here with you. You ain't got no money.
You coming over tonight?
If you don't have no money, you shouldn't be going on dates.
Are you coming over tonight?
If you don't have any money,
According to him, this date is transactional. I
Yes.
feel like if somebody invites you out, they should be prepared to pay. Just like if a woman invites you out, I think she should be prepared to pay, even though the man will be like, I got the check. Just always be prepared, especially on the first date.
No, pause
Come
that shit.
prepared. You
If
never
you
know
pay
what's
for
on the
my
other
food,
person's
I'm sitting on my fucking hands. I got exes and girls I never screwed invite me out for food. I didn't say they're the only ones paying. Guess what? Here's my shit. If I don't get to play after the end of the night, then you don't get to eat the beginning of it. So
He said that.
Yep.
I can't
guess
touch
what?
you.
I
Then
like to,
yeah.
I don't know about you niggas. I wish this nigga face wasn't blurred out,
You
but
had to
I
do
would
that.
like to vote.
You don't want to get doxxed.
I would like to vote. Shit, he should be a hero. I am voting for him for Black Manosphere Hall of Fame member, 2025.
Yeah.
Manosphere Hall of Fame member.
Yeah, that
Hold your own ovaries, bitch. Like, I'm
Offensive rookie of the
sorry.
year.
She just embarrassed herself. She thought that people were actually going to take her aside, and they didn't.
Yeah.
No, it's
Because it's
the
work
fact
though.
of the matter. You selling wolf tickets to a goddamn nigga who leads
Yeah.
the pack.
Yeah. But we on a date. What am I going to do? Get up and leave. Okay.
Yeah.
But if he's not going to pay for your food, that's what you wanted. It's not a date to you. Get up and leave.
Hey,
That's why they have
OG.
Uber.
Hey, OG. Ask me what Charles Faulkner did to a disrespectful woman when I invited her on a date.
What you do?
Where's OG? Is he still there?
Oh, little OG or big OG?
Well,
he just
she talk about the OG and name.
Oh,
Password OG.
My OG
Hey, man,
in age.
No, he calls me old nigga. If he said old nigga, then it been me. Okay.
No, he's old nigga. He's old nigga. He knows his name, old nigga.
Hey, you know what people call me old nigga and think that bothers me.
Well, if you're on a tactical team, there's a term of endearment we call the old guy on the team.
Yeah.
We call the old man.
Old man, yeah.
Old man. Why?
Richard.
Because you always fear. You fear the old man in profession with a good die young. That's why we call the old man. Because
Richard Price say you don't get to be old being no fool.
No, you do not.
No, because even in Colorado, the dudes didn't know how old I was because black don't crack, unless we get crack. And they were like, "Dude, you can still go at 40 plus." I said, "Let me put it to you this way: the difference is, at 20, I used to fight you toe to toe. Now I'm gonna just cut you in the gullet and just walk off." But this is what Charles Faulkner did to a disrespectful chick. I walked off and let her with the bill.
I mean, but it's not that big. But that's not a big deal. I mean, in 2025, that's not a big deal no more. Like that's a big deal in like 1985. Like,
No, that was
like,
a big
No,
deal.
no,
like,
oh yeah.
or
It's still a big deal.
1995. But like,
The last-
these chicks are bragging about they got money and they, they balling and flying across the world. Okay, well, you can pay for a state. You'll be all right.
And you know what's the funny part about it is?
And he called her broke too.
The funniest part about that shit was the bitch still fucked me the next day because I taught her a lesson. And the fucked up part about it was this. You keep on trying to think that these young men are held by are held by the same standards and critique. That's the reason why the movie Man of Steel was important. Why was Superman special? Because he was not burdened by the genetic and the social confines of Krypton. He was the man who could do who had the potential to be anything, to do anything. So when you don't hold young men to the same fucking standards, and they say, wait a minute, I don't have to be my father. I could be something newer and better.
You know why? Because what does he say? Because you ain't my mama.
Yep.
So,
Well,
and
I
so
have a
they
question.
did it.
I have a
Go ahead.
question for the panel. How much do you think like the manosphere has like permeated the culture? Like,
It basically has gone all the way down to the elementary school level now.
Yeah.
That's how far down it's gone.
Old nigga, ask me the question.
I mean, think about it. It's going global. You're seeing it in media. You're seeing musicians talk about it. So it's deep, man. It's deep.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to. It's supposed to penetrate the culture.
Yeah.
Because when they say the manosphere, the black manosphere is dead, it's because it's not entertaining like it used to be. It was never supposed to be entertaining.
No,
Okay.
we never were. What's funny, I just looked at MOT. He just had a live that talked about it. Believe it or not, MOT actually agrees with us.
Yeah.
And the crazy and to answer your question, OG, and to Obi-Wan Kenobi, old nigga Kenobi as I call him. This is how permeating the black manosphere is. I'm at a pool with my boy Brett, who's my second in command from my security firm. We had a young 23-year-old who heard me talking to Brett. Didn't even know him from a can of paint. Did you know this motherfucker recognized my voice from listening to this space?
How about that?
Think about it. It's like, wait a minute. I recognize that voice. He was like, your name Charles, right?
Oh boy.
So of course, the Baltimorean in me start balling my fist up like, yeah. He couldn't see it because I'm in the water.
Okay.
He's like, you be on YouTube, right? You know a guy named BGS?
Oh, you mean VHS?
I was like, no, his name's Betamax.
Okay, that hurt.
They still crack. This cracks me up. I said, remember what you and VHS talked about? So cracking up. It doesn't matter what you call me.
And it's funny because this is the two times that people recognize who we are just by voice alone.
Yeah.
And they listened. He was like, dude, I'm such a big fan of yours and BGS and all them guys. Y'all talk some real shit. I was like, oh, thank you. He's like, that security thing, I got the money right now to teach me. Then we got to go back to what my ex called him VHS.
Man, every time I think about that, my bust a gut. Every time that's hilarious. You know what? I might change my avatar to that one time. Put a tape VHS.
Yes, sir. With the glasses on it. You got to color the glasses
You gotta put a beard on it. Put a gray beard on it.
Oh no tape.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh man, that's
And
rich.
how much it permeated that we talked about something 3 to 5 years prior
Yeah.
to when he was in college talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
And she passed it with an A+ because she picked my fucking brain and she said, "My God," she said everything y'all said. My law professor, and she said she actually VHS him. Boy, you ain't shit passport.
Say what? Say what? Whatever. VHS what?
VHS it, boy, you ain't shit, OG passport.
Come on, you stole my joke. That's crazy. I don't like that. I don't like that. You stole my joke.
That is hilarious though.
You gotta
VHS.
realize how much it permeated that she had me talk to her college professor, and the college professor said, "Sir, what's your degree in?"
Yeah.
I said, with all due respect, ma'am, can I talk to you about Baltimoreanisms?
Yeah.
She said, "Yes, you can." I said, "Shorty, I didn't even finish college." She's like, "Wow." And y'all talk about politics?
Yep.
Talk about everything from comic books to politics. We talk about literature. We talk about they're some of my best, and this is just me, and I'm not bragging on me. Some of my best shows were just me talking about law enforcement tactics. That a lot of y'all don't even know. BGS asked me to talk about this
I
shit.
did, yeah, because you're an expert. You know, just like Mookie.
Yeah.
When I have an expert, I like Salchi. I ask Salchi questions so he can
Yeah.
give you an expert opinion about stuff.
Yeah, so when that's why I get insulted when people try to be like BGS is grandstanding. No, BGS is humble. And when BGS asked me about the shooting with the 16-year-old girl,
Yeah, I did.
BGS shut the fuck up.
Yes.
And I'm surprised because I'm like, you are the master teacher, even though you never called yourself that.
Mm.
And I mean, when I broke it down into simplistic detail,
Yeah.
everybody got mad because they're emotional. No, I said he should be getting a medal and a hero, and that motherfucker should never have to qualify for firearms again because 6 shots and they all hit their target with the victim that close. That's amazing.
It's amazing. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
it's the point where we permeate. We permeate so well that we're becoming the secret's out. We're common knowledge. We're damn near common knowledge. The vernacular. Nobody ever said the word strag before Grinch said it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said the word simp before this space let it out.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, we're not only just in academia, we're in common man language.
Just like about DEI, man. Basically, the academics were telling me that it was for white women way before they started talking about it. So that's where I got it from.
There was a dude in Dr. Tiason's chat today.
Yeah.
He said he quoted his book in his master's dissertation.
Yeah.
How imagine that someone writing a master's thesis and quoting a basically a Black Manosphere book.
I mean, Tommy Curry. That's why sometimes I get on Dr. Curry, right? Okay, I said, motherfucker, your book didn't sell till it hit the Manosphere. Okay, we made the Manosphere made your book worldwide famous. Okay.
Let's talk about books. Look at Grinch's book when it hit the Manosphere.
Oh, the Ratchet's Rules, yeah.
The Ratchet's Rules, yeah.
Look how pivotal that fucking shit was.
Yeah, I mean, the Monahan report wasn't really talked about very much until I put it out in the Black Manosphere, right? And all of a sudden, now they're debating it. They're still debating it. People still, women still get upset about the Monahan report and the work we did on it.
There's shit that we talked about in this space years ago that was so pivotal that we're damn near predicting law and politics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because look at the changes going around. You have to swing the pendulum. What happened? Like we predicted what would happen. What did I tell you about the military?
Yeah.
11 years ago. Why should you go in now? Because you got the right fucking Secretary of Defense in there who's going to send you to every fucking school that you want to go because we don't have enough qualified motherfuckers. Am I lying, Lewis? To get into those positions.
And excess is more about taking the money out of these specialized weapons and putting it into people.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
guess what? The weapon's only as good as the motherfucker behind it.
And a lot of a lot of the expensive weapon systems that you're making that cost billions of dollars are not effective against modern warfare anymore.
Well, think
Okay.
about it, right?
Yeah, it's going to take people. Go ahead.
Think about it, right?
Yeah.
We learned two things from Iraq and Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
Given the ideology and the will, the right person at the right weapon system can do damage.
Oh, we learned that big time. Hell, the one thing that really changed the minds of the military, especially United States military, is them going up against the Houthis. Okay,
Yeah.
the Houthis are a backwater small country going against the most powerful military on the planet, toe to toe, toe to toe,
By the way,
toe to toe. Okay, for a
talking
year.
about you talking about Black Hawk.
Black Hawk.
yeah.
No, you
By the
talking
way,
about right now.
hold on, wait a minute. By the way, BGS,
What's that? What's going on?
before I get started, like, share, subscribe, hit the Cash App to support the show, hit the Super Chat to support the show.
Mm-hmm.
The BGS was right taxes in effect. Hold on, wait a minute. Case in point.
Okay.
Before you swipe away, I just wanted you to know I was the Ukraine correspondent and also the Russia correspondent for Politico in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
So I do know what you're talking about. I just want to make a short video about Trump and Putin, about Trump now dissing, denouncing, insulting Zelensky, praising Putin, saying that Russia is not responsible for the war. It was Ukraine that started the war. And of course, the media has gone crazy, and a lot of my friends are like freaking out. Oh my God, America's going to be Putinized. Russia's and America going to get together. It's dangerous. Trump is going to be like Putin. So I just want to set the record straight because I was in Ukraine and in Russia. The first thing is, yes, it is true. Ukraine did start the war. The genesis of the war was very simple. There was a coup in 2014. There was first a revolution, protest. Then the U.S. organized a coup. Everyone's talked about it now. RFK Jr., Jeffrey Sachs. And when the new government was created, they wanted democracy. They wanted to go with Europe, which is fine. But there were people who supported the former president and in the East, especially the Donbass, and they didn't agree with this coup. They didn't want to go with Europe. They wanted to stay with Russia. They wanted to speak Russian. They wanted to pray in their churches. They wanted to respect Lenin. And those people were immediately called traitors and separatists, and Ukraine attacked the Donbass. They were trying to have, you can say, their January 6th moment, like, hey, we don't support this coup. They kind of did their own little revolution. They were attacked. And even though there were many peace accords, Ukraine kept attacking them for the next 10 years. And meanwhile, when Zelensky, even though he was elected to bring peace and implement the Minsk Accords, which should have solved the war and brought the Donbass back into Ukraine, under American pressure, I believe, people say far right. I think it was Victoria Nuland. It was the Americans who wanted war, who wanted to weaken Russia. He reneged on peace, and he started banning all the Russian opposition parties and the Russian church, which was the majority church in Ukraine, and the media, Russian language. Basically, he created an atmosphere where anybody who wanted, to speak Russian, which is half the population of Ukraine, or wanted closer relations with Russia, was deemed a traitor or was the victim of misinformation or disinformation from the Kremlin. So all those narratives that started in Ukraine in 2015, 2014, 2016 were later used in the US, weaponized against the Republicans, against MAGA, all the deplatforming, the attacks on Trump, everything started in Ukraine. So it's understandable. And the Americans were pushing this all along because they wanted regime change in Russia. They wanted a pliant dictator in Russia, not Putin. And then when the war started, as you know, there was a peace agreement in March and the Ukrainians signed off, but then Boris Johnson flew in and nixed it. Basically, the Americans, at least Biden, wanted Putin's head on a platter. And so they kept pushing this war. And Zelensky was just a loyal satrap of the American empire. He did what he had to. He got rich, I'm sure, very corrupt. But he just kept feeding Ukrainians into the meat grinder, knowing there's no chance of winning this war because he was getting rich. And so Trump is right. Putin would have done peace. He's happy to do peace now. He'd have made peace a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, as long as Ukraine didn't join NATO. So that's the reality. And I think Trump is right. And I think the media has been wrong. It has been feeding us a fake war that should never have happened. America has suffered. Europe has suffered. Our credibility has suffered. And the other thing I think is just that Americans and Russians are much more compatible than Americans and Ukrainians. We know Chekhov. We know the Nutcracker Suite. And MAGA and Putin are aligned. They're both anti-woke. They're white Christians. They want traditional families. They're against all this trans and gay pride parade. So it's kind of a perfect fit, and they're very large countries. So I think Trump should go ahead with embracing Putin, and I think the media needs to write more about Zelensky being a dictator and how the way they treated these poor Russian speakers in the Donbass with complete disregard for their rights and just shelling them and trying to force them to capitulate was a war crime. And that needs to be talked about more. So I think he's doing the right thing, and we're actually moving to a society where America is not just creating revolutions and there's not silly wars for no reason. So when media freak out, your liberal friends freak out, watch this video again and please subscribe. Thank you. Before you swipe away.
By the way, send me that video, please. Email it to me. And by the way, two of the first people who said this shit years ago, I have to shout out Sandog, who's an Army captain.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, his unit was part of the Buffalo Soldiers. They still call him that to this day, as a tank commander. We talked about this in one of my live streams, and we went even more in depth offline because you know how that gets, BGS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you talk about real shit, they will cut you off at the kneecap.
Yes, they will. Yeah.
And
cigar smoking too.
A lot of cigar smoking. At least on my half. He's Muslim, so I don't know if they do it. Maybe
He don't drink either.
Maybe hookah smoking, but
Shisha.
not cigar. But
They call it shisha.
But here's the point that we made.
Send it to you too, BGS.
Okay.
Here's the point. Here's the point that
Actually, it goes further than that, but yeah, he for that part, yeah.
Here's the point that we made. First and foremost, when you look at the Eastern European countries, even wrestling against them, you notice a certain demeanor about Russians and Eastern Europeans. They're tough ass people. They don't respect weak speech and weak politics, especially when you made the agreement not to have NATO on their fucking doorstep.
Yep.
So, as a head of state, you got to protect your interests and your people. And people may say, "Well, Charles, that's fucked up." No. I can respect the man protecting his people and his country's interests. Why? Because first and foremost, if me and AB Media had two different countries and we're neck to neck to each other, and I said, I want peace above all. The only thing I don't want is NATO on my doorstep. I don't want military bases pointing missiles at my people. Could you respect that, AB?
Yep.
I will give you all the peace. We will give you all the trade. We will let you get into the Black Sea. Please, for God's sakes, don't let the enemy be at my fucking doorstep.
But
But
will
as
you
soon as
provide
AB
security guarantees on the as what in exchange?
Exactly. We will give you technology and security. But as soon as you renege on that deal, what do I have all right to do?
Regime change?
I have all right to put foot knee deep in your ass.
Yeah. Basically, he tried to do it the peaceful way by, like he knew that showing up with Kyiv with that amount of men wasn't going to do anything. But the thing is, it showed enough to say I'm serious about what I'm getting ready to do.
Exactly, because remember,
and they sat there for 30 days. They didn't attack. They sat there for 30 days.
He launched a thermobaric bomb in an open field.
Yeah, as a
just
demonstration.
to show you the devastation.
Yeah.
I gave you enough time to let your women and children leave.
Yes, he did.
And everything I'm saying is factually correct, right?
Yes.
So if I really want to fuck you up and end this war quickly, I will starve your people.
He could start off by making Kyiv a crater, a smoking crater hole.
Parking lot.
Yeah, because guess what? When we went into Iraq, did we allow people to evacuate? No, we did not.
Man, we bombed. We put. Let me put it to you this way: they did a measurement. There are parts of Iraq when it came to elevation parts of Iraq after we got done bombing, the average level that it was 2 to 3 feet lower than what it was before the war.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute, BJ. Can you read that for me, please?
I said 5G's a good thing or not. Asking intellectuals how they feel about it altogether. Okay, without 5G, okay, a lot of your a lot of your whatchamacallit, a lot of your automation cannot work, like self-driving
No, I think he's
cars.
talking about the money. Sorry to
Oh,
cut you off.
5Gs. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. The thing is, it's attractive. It's more like a political statement to people to get people behind what he's doing, and where he's going to get is the money is from the savings from the fraud. In other words, what he's saying is that okay, if we dig up all this money and this misspent money and bring it all back, the taxpayers should get a refund. So it's a refund. Yeah. So 5G. So basically, it's a refund of the money that you already paid out. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't realize that this money is actually
your
and
money.
a lot of these contracts is still available. Because right now the city of New York is actually suing them for the 59 million that Musk talked about for the hotel. So they're trying to sue to get that money back.
They're trying to sue Musk to get. They're trying to sue Musk to get the money back, or Musk is suing them.
The government. The government.
Oh,
No, Musk already took it. They took it out the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, basically, he warned them, man. He warned them. When I get in, all that stuff is getting cut off. So if you want to keep your migrants, you're going to have to pay for them. So.
Exactly.
I'm gonna just say this.
And Eric
real
Adams
quick,
agrees with him. Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Adams agrees with him. The city controller put out a tweet saying he basically had to force Eric Adams' hands to agree to the lawsuit.
Okay.
Now, how you gonna put your boss out there like that?
Because your boss already put his dick on the table, so he can't.
Because one thing you do, who would you rather piss off? The comptroller of your city or the president of the United States?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
Who would you rather piss off?
The comptroller.
We'll
of course,
take the
I'm just saying,
comptroller for 500, Alex.
One time. Go ahead.
Yeah, my point is how is the comptroller gonna kind of put his boss on blast, basically?
The comptroller's job is your accountant is supposed to put his balls on the table.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call him a comptroller. He's supposed to have an independent voice. Otherwise, he's not a good comptroller.
His job is to keep up with the money.
Is keep up with the money. If you ever, most people don't follow local politics like that, but all your comptrollers have an independent voice. Okay, they will. If they disagree with the mayor or whoever else about the money, they will actually speak up. They always do.
Yeah.
That's not unusual.
Excuse me, Charles.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Charles. Like when you brought up the Houthis in Yemen, you have to consider something about the Houthis, and this is something both the UAE and Saudi Arabia had to learn the hard way. Northern Yemen, that whole region, northern Yemen, as well as southwestern Saudi Arabia, that entire region is rugged mountain. It's like the Central Highlands of Eritrea and Ethiopia. Hell, when the Saudis wanted to learn about how to combat that area, they actually sent troops into Eritrea for training for that type of environment and shit. But even then, they realized, you can't fuck with these guys because these motherfuckers are saying, we don't care. We'll fuck everybody up.
But
Hell,
you got to remember this, right? What's the biggest mistake Italy made twice?
Invading Ethiopia.
Guess what you're gonna do? And Ethiopia was warring at that time. Oh yeah, shout out to my little cousin.
I mean, FARC fought the Colombian military for 30 fucking years. Okay. Ooh, what is that? Ouch. Yeah. What's that?
Well, shout out to my little cousin because I think he has the same birthday as either my mother or my father. So
okay, cool.
And I'm gonna say this, right? You got to think about it. The hardest wars to fight is on somebody else's turf. Home field advantage.
One at a time.
Home field advantage is a motherfucker. It would both because the first war was won by Milenek II. Trust me.
March 2nd. In fact, they'll be this coming Sunday. They're going to be celebrating it. It's going to be an Ottawa battle.
And how many years ago was that? Over
March
100?
2nd, 1896.
Yes.
However, Charles, I have to give you a little pushback on that one. You got to go back about 9 years, about 9 years before that. January 26th, 1887, the Battle of Dogali off the coast of the port, just a few clicks away from the port city of Massawa. Ethiopian Eritrean forces had to make a stand there when the Italians had set up shop in the port city of Massawa because they did not want them at the foot of the Eastern Escarpment. They didn't want them, getting access to the highlands.
Yeah, and then Europe doesn't have enough people. Okay. Okay, you need people to occupy. Okay, and without the consent of the rebels on the ground, you're not going to take over.
Yeah. Another example, Charles, is think about this. Think of the Caucasus. I'm not just talking about in the recent decades. I'm also talking about the Caucasus in the 1850s when Russia was forcibly trying to annex it. It took them several decades. It took them a decade or so just to control that entire area.
Yeah, we had to kill them all off.
How rugged, also having to deal with the people there, how fierce they were, because that region is hard to administer because of how rugged it is. Especially Dagestan, Chechnya, Ingushetia, that region is particularly.
And with the rugged terrain, what type of people do you usually get?
Hard ass people.
Dagestan.
Dagestani. By the way,
it's the
Dagestanis are ethnically diverse, by the way, folks.
It's the same thing when people talk about Baltimoreans, but people forget historically. Your ass be talking with a British accent if it wasn't for that. You got hard ass Americans. Yeah, shit. When you see me out there on the water, I'm less than like a half a mile. I'm not even a half a mile. I'm a quarter of a mile away from there where I smoke my cigars on the water. So when you look at that rugged individualism and that rugged terrain, the best soldiers usually come from where? The hardest environments.
The roughest, toughest.
That's why the running joke when I went to basic, when my drill sergeant asked, he's like, Faulkner, when he saw me climb a rope with just arms, and it was a 20-foot rope. You remember that shit, Lewis?
That's not fair, Charles. They know you're Russell. You got some ridiculous arms.
Hold on, just a minute. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors.
You better
thank you, Link, for the $5.
And it's funny when I climbed the rope, and he's like, "You didn't even use legs; you just used straight arms and shoulders." He's like, "Where the fuck are you from, Faulkner? Baltimore." He's like, "No wonder you running from the fucking cops. You need to do light things." But it's the mentality, and plus knowing how to use terrain and being willing to fight. That's why when people said you're crazy for volunteering to go to those building raids, I said it beats being a sitting target in a fucking guard booth. I said, hey, you know it's gonna be dangerous, nigga. Don't sell me a good time. And that's the thing about when you look at this traditionally from a war. People look at me weird. I said if a guy like Sandog and myself were president, with Putin, we would actually get along because we have a very similar mentality. Oh, killers know killers by the eyes. Is that right, folks?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, anybody remember how many people got taken out?
Hey, look at JD Vance's eyes, okay?
Oh, me and JD Vance would get some hooch.
And he would tell some stories. Yeah, he would tell some stories. You know, he's a soldier. You know he drinks. Yeah.
No,
yeah, Marines are soldiers. Okay.
No, actually, I'm thinking Charles would be more likely
I'll
to
be respectful to the Marine Corps. They would call.
I think Charles would more likely have a cigar and a drink with Hegseth, actually.
Well, I would do that too.
If you're a troop, you drink, okay? Especially if you're getting
you smoke.
That's facts.
You smoke. Yeah.
And we're gonna sit down, and guess what? Let me get into the same room. Shout out to what's our boy up there? MS Delta.
Yeah.
MS Delta. Next time you go to another engagement, I want MS Delta to hit my email. Let me know the engagement that you go to the next political engagement in DC. I'm gonna have the business cards ready. You're gonna help Black Lion Security become the next Blackwater without the controversy.
I mean, we have spooks that sit behind doors, so yeah.
Oh, and
sit behind doors. Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this real quick, AB, and I'm gonna give you the floor, Master of Ceremonies. One of the saddest things in this manosphere space that upsets me the most is that we have such a diverse network This is true diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yes.
This space is the truth because you have people from a master electricians, PhDs to soldiers, police, firefighters, whatever.
Doctors.
People who make doctors. You have people
Accountants.
from
We got three or four people that actually work for the UN. So that's how
we
far
have
up it
people
goes.
from across the pond. We have people who live in multiple Jesse who got addresses, who got different holes and area codes. But this is where I criticize the Black Manosphere. Utilize your fucking network.
Yeah.
But that's up to you. That's up to y'all, man. I mean, you guys. They do unofficially. Okay, I hear about it all the time. Okay.
Yeah, because hopefully Jesse could come to Blur it with us. I would love this. I would love to sit down with Jesse. Jesse, as soon as he come up
that
there.
reminds me. Yeah. Sorry, that reminds me, Charles. You remember Timothy?
Hold on, neighbor.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm getting tired. If y'all want to start another thing, but later. But
okay. It's that time. All right.
I normally don't do this, but I'll do it for the folks. Hey, I'm starting another stream. We're gonna do the after party of the Colosseum. So I better see you motherfuckers supporting. So I'm gonna start that shit now.
All right, folks. We out.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
Right,
hey, you get 39%. I'll give you that, MS Delta. Shout out to your donation.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. You better thank your donors. All right, I'd like to thank everybody that came through. This is AB Media 83, and I'm going to bed. Peace.
Woo!
Yo, this is AB Media 83. Want to support the channel? Hit the Cash App. Also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video. Also, be sure to hit that bell notification so you can be notified next time I upload a live stream or video. And always remember, keep it grinding, keep it pushing, keep it moving. This is AB Media 83, and I'm out. Peace.
After party.